Beti Chawa Bor Medicine Lakili Aye MTN Momo Man Aye Kar ni Medonyo Metit Kitao Kachir Ki Momo Di Star Achira Bitch Ash Unyo Ti Ki Momo app Mechul Then Ki Keptuli Kimu Kenema Bor.
Give me some caroni.
Child poverty and school dropout rise in Uganda. Child poverty and school dropout rise in Uganda. Kenyan transport strike suspended after deadly protests. Tesla Cybertruck driver arrested in Texas Lake incident.
This is Choice FM News. Tune in and listen to in-depth news only on Choice FM.
A very good afternoon. My name is Moira Gerald Remy, and this is your afternoon news bulletin in English. Desperate for work, an increasing number of Ugandan youth are being lured by human trafficking syndicates into brutal cybercrime compounds across southeastern Asia. Promised legitimate data entry or customer service roles, victims are smuggled into heavily guarded facilities in countries like Myanmar, where their passports are confiscated. Now survivors report being forced to work 18 hours a day, conducting online fraud under threats of starvation, torture and death. Now human rights organizations estimate 120,000 people remain trapped in Myanmar alone, prompting calls for stronger local recruitment regulations and diplomatic intervention. Religious leaders and child advocates warn that rising poverty, parental neglect, and also high unemployment are forcing millions of Ugandan children to drop out of school. Now speaking at a Compassion International meeting, Bishop Paul Hannington Subi noted that many rural parents cannot afford basic necessities like uniforms and lunch. Now Emmanuel Ahimbisibwe, National Director of Compassion International Uganda, revealed that over 9.5 million Ugandan children still face extreme poverty. Now the organization currently supports 161,000 children and called for mindset changes and community involvement to improve child welfare. You're still listening to the news on 92.1 Choice FM. Let's look at the news elsewhere in Africa. The World Health Organization, WHO, announced that developing a vaccine for the rare Bundibujo species of Ebola could take about 6 to 9 months currently, and 51 cases have been confirmed in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and 2 in Uganda reported 600 suspected cases and 139 suspected deaths, declaring it a high regional risk but not a global pandemic emergency. Now, because the Bundibujo species has not been seen in over a decade, medical teams lack approved treatments and are struggling to curb transmission in overwhelmed facilities. Public transport operators in Kenya have opposed a nationwide strike for 1 week to resume talks with the government. The suspension follows 2 days of intense, deadly protests against rising fuel prices, which left about 4 people dead and over 30 injured, and daily life was paralyzed. Protesters blocked major highways and clashed with police in Nairobi, leaving thousands of commuters stranded and disrupting businesses and also schools. The government blames global energy disruptions from the Iranian conflict for the fuel hikes, while opposition leaders cite that is local corruption and profiteering. World news. A man was arrested in Grapevine, Texas, after intentionally driving his Tesla Cybertruck into Grapevine Lake to test its wade mode feature. Now, the vehicle quickly took on water, became disabled, and was abandoned by the driver and passengers before being removed by police and water rescue teams. Tesla's manual states that wade mode allows the truck to handle water depths of up to 32 inches, but warns that water damage is not covered by warranty. Now the driver faces charges of operating a vehicle in a closed section of the lake and safety violations. Jonathan Andik, the 45-year-old son of late Mango fashion brand founder Isaac Andik, has been arrested in Spain in connection with his father's death. Isaac Andik died in December 2024 after falling 5,000 feet from a cliff while hiking with Jonathan. Initially ruled an accident, a judge ordered the arrest after investigators cited inconsistencies in Jonathan's testimony. Forensic evidence suggesting a non-accidental fall, suspicious pre-hike visits to the site, and a missing phone. Police suspect that financial motives linked to a planned charitable foundation, though Jonathan maintains his innocence on killing his father. Business.
This is Business News on 92.1 Choice FM.
Service Corps Limited and the Insurance Training College, that is ITC, have partnered with to launch the ITC Service Corps Innovation Hub in Kampala. The 5-year initiative aims to drive digital transformation and skills development in Uganda's financial services sector, targeting 50 to 100 professionals with intensive 9-month annual trainings. Service Corps will fund the project and provide technical software training, while ITC handles the insurance curriculum and regulate alignment. Officials hope this digital push will finally boost Uganda's insurance penetration rate, which has stagnated around 1% for very many years. Sports.
Football, athletics, boxing, every kind of game live on Choice FM. This is Choice FM Sports News.
Uganda's national cricket team, the Cricket Cranes, defeated the MCA Colts XI by 33 runs in Mumbai to take a 2-0 lead in their 5-match or 50-over series, anchored by an impressive 124 runs over 134 balls from Simon Sesazi alongside a half-century from Dinesh Nakrani. Uganda piled up a total of 299 out of 9 in their 50 overs. In response, the hosts were on track at 163 out of 3 before Juma Miyaji, which is a 4 out of 34, and Cosmas Chewuta, 3 out of 43, tore through the middle order, bowling the Colts out for 266.
That was Choice FM Sports News.
8 minutes past the hour of 2 p.m. and that brings us to the end of our afternoon news bulletin in English with me, Mwara Gerald Remy. Stay tuned because the Pulpits comes in very shortly with Mr. Wilfred Akai. God bless you and God bless Uganda.
That was the news on 92.1 Choice FM.